Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to step on the ice for some biscuits and penalties. Sorry for the delay last week. We were kind of busy watching the Four Nations match up. Sorry about that. I'm Cobra, and I am joined on the ice by Alex. Say hello, Alex.
Hello.
Yeah, it's great to hear from you once again. I know last time we were in the ring together. Now we're participating in the shootout. I've got the goalie pads on once again, but this ain't about us. This is about the Four Nations. Those of you who don't know, the NHL decided to do something very, very bold, and instead of hosting an All-Star game like the NBA and the MLB, which, to be fair, the NBA All-Star game was a joke. They delivered something very amazing with the Four Nations games. I loved it. It was a Four Nations tournament. Wonderful action. Wouldn't you agree, Alex?
Oh, 100%.
It's clear that the international games, always had that flair, always had that gravity, and always had that energy ever since 1998 Nagano, when the Czech Republic defeated Canada in a shootout, Dominik Hasek leading his team to victory, which, to be, no secret, Dominik Hasek is my favorite goaltender of all time, and quite possibly my favorite hockey player of all time. And not just because he was a Sabre, but just because, he was just so unorthodox. He was awesome. Yeah. But, of course, the Four Nations Four Nations tournament had a very unique level of energy. Alex, what was your experience witnessing these games purely? I want to hear your opinion.
I loved all of it. The energy was there. The crowd energy was astronomical in those stadiums in Canada and the United States. And I hope that the NHL watch their numbers skyrocketing on TV, and they do this every single year, because this is way better than an All-Star game, and this is going to promote, the international hockey stage overseas, and hopefully push more Canadian, hockey players, young fans that are hoping to get into the hockey world, get on the ice and participate and get going strong, because this is a big move for them. I think every league needs to look into this, because the All-Star games, like you said before, have become pathetic, childish, and too much of a game that is nothing like we're used to.
Right. And by the way, I just wanted to give a heads up. Canada was not booing the players on the USA team. No, they were booing Pumpkin Spice Palpatine that's in the White House. That's who they were booing, because Canada is unfortunately going to be experiencing a 15% increase on goods, because douchebag definitely can't resist tariffs that is going to affect all of us here in the States, unfortunately, because that's how much of an idiot he is. I'm not going to hide that. I'm not going to hide the disdain I have for famous women respecter Donald Trump. Fuck no. That's all I got to say on that. Anywho, Alex, we have some more news to talk about as well. Because, and it was stirring over in Vancouver, that Vancouver Canucks general manager Patrick Alvin announced today that the club has agreed to terms with goaltender Kevin Lankinen on a 5-year deal with 4.5 million. 4.5 million. So it tells me that the Vancouver Canucks might be done with the Thatcher Demko experiment and might be shipping him out before the trade deadline, which we'll talk about next week. But if the Vancouver Canucks are going to move on from Thatcher Demko, where do you see him going?
There's a lot of teams that look like in the standings need goalie help. There's a lot of teams that are struggling to get wins on the board. I think a big team is going to be the Columbus Blue Jackets. They are right outside the playoffs. They're pushing for that 2 seed against the Red Wings. The Bruins bleeding down their neck right now in the wild card round. I think the Blue Jackets are a great position for them to go to. They have a great offense. They have a good defense. I think they just need that goalie to be plugged into that spot. And even though he struggled in the Four Nations tournament for Finland, I think Lehkonen is a great option for the Blue Jackets to snipe at the deadline, or even try to sign him if he just, gets out of his contract and doesn't get traded. I think the Jackets are a big team to look out for him in terms of where they are in the playoffs, looking right to the 2 spots, 1 point behind the Red Wings.
That is very interesting, considering that you're right. The Blue Jackets are playing for Johnny Gaudreau. That's the best way I could say it. Is that they're playing for Johnny Gaudreau. They're wanting to succeed for him. Losing Johnny Gaudreau to that tragedy definitely stung. So adding a goaltender like Thatcher Demko would definitely be a significant boost to the Blue Jackets. But I don't see that happening, unfortunately. I see the Canucks doing a cap dump and going to a team that desperately needs goalie help. I say he goes in either one of 2 places. He either goes to the Pittsburgh Penguins or the Philadelphia Flyers. And before anyone asks, why not the Sabres? It's clear that right now it's clear that the Sabres are going to stick with UPL. It's clear that's where they're going with, even though it's kind of a mistake. But that's where they stand with him. But yeah, I think Thatcher Demko goes to either the Flyers or the Penguins, both of who need true number 1 goaltending. And that's where I stand on that. Also, the PWHL happened last couple nights ago. And wow, you want to talk about, the women can play hockey. I mean, they proved that they proved that last year. But there was a hockey fight, involving the ladies, and it was a brutal one. It was nice. It was what you expect from a hockey fight. But ouch. Sorry about that. I'm just dealing with a little bit of an issue. Anywho. Alex, is there anything you would like to add before we get on to things?
I don't believe so.
I believe you do. I believe you have an award race to talk about, don't you?
Ooh, I do indeed. That is so true.
Exactly. We're getting closer and closer to the Stanley Cup final. I mean, this is technically the halfway point of the season with the All-Star break. Now the Four Nations tournament. So, Alex, we have 5 trophies that have a very interesting race. Let's start with the Norris Trophy for Best Defenseman.
That is currently the front runner for the Norris Trophy is Cal Marco. the Colorado Avalanche player. He is
Cal McCarr, nice.
Been the front runner, I believe, most of the season, or at least up to right now. He's been a big front runner for the Avalanche, and their big push to get into the playoffs and try to do what they did 3 or 4 years ago and get back in the Stanley Cup again.
All right. Now, let's talk the Rocket Richard Trophy. That is the top scorer, by the way. Norris is top defenseman. Rocket Richard is the best scorer.
It is going to be Leo Drysdale from the Edmonton Oilers. He's been one of the top scorers all season on the Oilers team. On the big push into the playoffs.
Leon Draisaitl of Rocket Richard. You're serious?
I am dead serious.
Ooh. Then again, things can change in the NHL. I mean, a player can get hot. So, don't count anyone else out yet. Draisaitl has not etched his name onto that trophy right now. Now, let's talk about the Calder, the top rookie.
It is looking to be Malkin Celebrini, the San Jose Sharks rookie, the number 1 pick. I think the 18-year-old Canadian draftee, he has been off the charts, really good this year for the Sharks, even though they are the Sharks and sucking as per usual. But he has been a big goal scorer for them, kind of outshining the Blackhawks with Connor Bedard in his second year. He has been outshining him big time. And Malkin Celebrini is a big name in San Jose right now. And there's a bright future with that team that they can, for some reason, build around him and get something going in San Jose. If not, this is a waste of a first-round pick.
Well, yeah, that's why I keep calling the San Jose Sharks the San Jose Sharks, as in shitting and farting at the same time. Now, for the Vezina Trophy, am I guessing that Connor Hellebuck is pretty much the front runner on this one, Alex?
Yes, he's been the front runner basically since the first 6 months of the season. He has drove that Jets team to be the best team in hockey. He did struggle in the Four Nations tournament with the United States, but as we know, Canada is a really good team shooting-wise. But Hellebuck is great for the Jets this year. And if they win the Stanley Cup this year, we know exactly why they won it. And he's going to be MVP of the Stanley Cup. Win or lose, he's going to be a top 3 star in the Stanley Cup or at any point in the playoffs if the Jets continue to play like they are right now.
You are saying that if the Winnipeg Jets win the Stanley Cup, or even if they, it'll be because Connor Hellebuck had a Conn Smythe Trophy performance. That is what you were saying.
Yes.
That is a take. I love it. And now, finally, the Hart Trophy, the MVP.
Hart Trophy is the front runner as of right now is Nathan MacKinnon, the breaking crew next to McCarr and the Colorado Avalanche. He is sitting right now, 16 goals, 52 assists, and 66 points, leading the league in points right now. And he looks like Nathan MacKinnon could get, I believe, another MVP. I think he won pretty recently as well for the Avalanche. And the Avalanche looking to be a big threat in the playoffs for years to come.
All right. So now we have to get to standings. We have to get to the standings, which we're gonna start with the Metro. We're gonna start with the Metropolitan Division, which is led by the Washington Capitals. Capitals are 36, 11, and 8 with 80 points. Not only that, but Alex Ovechkin is definitely Definitely has the spotlight on him, getting closer and closer to Wayne Gretzky's goal record. What is, which, by the way, what is the goal what is the goal total right now? Alex, how close is Ovechkin?
He is currently sitting at 879 goals, and he has 16 goals away from passing Gretzky. He has 27 games to do it. He had 15 goals last year in the last 27 games. So this is nothing he's concerned about and nothing he cannot do because he did one less last year on his track to beat Wayne Gretzky.
Barring injury, Ovechkin might have it this year. Now, and right behind them, Raleigh, the Carolina Hurricanes, 33, 19, and 4, 70 points. Also, another potential place for Thatcher Demko with the Carolina Hurricanes, because they did lose Freddie Anderson. Then, the New Jersey Devils, 31, 20, and 6, 68 points. The Columbus Blue Jackets, hey, you just mentioned them. 26, 22, and 8, 60 points. This week on All My Rangers. The New York Rangers, 27, 24, and 4, 58 points. Nipping at their heels, the New York Islanders, 25, 23, and 7, 57 points. And right behind them, the Pittsburgh Penguins, 23, 25, and 9, 55 points. And the Philadelphia Flyers, 24, 26, and 7, 55 points. Alex, can you cover the Atlantic for us?
I can. So the defending Stanley Cup champions for the Panthers, leading the Atlantic Division, number 1, 34, 23 to 71 points. Is the Toronto Maple Leafs
20,
right on?
Correction. Let me quick correction. 20 and 3. By the way, not 23. 20 and 3. I had to fill in. Sorry about that, Alex. Continue.
And then the Austin Matthews Toronto Maple Leafs are right at their heels at 33, 20, and 2 with 68 points.
They'll be eliminated by the second round by the Boston Bruins. Maybe.
Tampa Bay Lightning, 31, 20, and 4 with 66 points. The Ottawa Senators, 29, 23, and 4, 62 points. Detroit Red Wings, 28, 22, and 5, 61 points. The Boston Bruins, 27, 24, and 6, 60 points. The Montreal Canadiens, 25, 26, and 5, 55 points. And the Buffalo Sabres at 22, 27, and 5, 49 points.
All right. Now we're going to get to the Western Conference. Alex, continue with the Central Division, please. And I'll cover the Pacific.
Gotcha. We have the Winnipeg Jets, 30, 14, and 3, 81 points.
39, 14, and 3. Correction. Sorry about that.
No worries. We got Dallas Stars, 35, 18, and 2, 72 points. Minnesota Wild, 33, 19, and 4, 70 points. Colorado Avalanche, 33, 22, and 2, 68 points. Utah Hockey Club, 24, 23, and 9, 57 points.
Come on, Stormin' Mormons! Stormin' Mormons!
The St. Louis Blues, 25, 26, and 5, 55 points. Nashville Predators, 19, 28, and 7, 45 points. And the Chicago Blackhawks, 17, 31, and 7, 41 points.
I'm serious. The Utah Hockey Club should stick with Stormin' Mormons. They should. That would be hilarious. But they're not. That has to be a registered trademark. They're, let's just hope they don't go soulless, Utah Hockey Club. Anyway, the defending Western Conference champion, Edmonton Oilers, 34, 17, and 4, 72 points. And nipping at their heels, the Vegas Golden Knights, 33, 17, and 6, 72 points. The LA Kings, 29, 17, and 7, 65 points. The Vancouver Canucks, 26, 18, and 11, 63 points. The Calgary Flames, 26, 21, and 8, 60 points. The Anaheim Ducks, 24, 24, and 6, 54 points. The Seattle Kraken, 24, 29, and 4, 52 points. And the San Jose Sharks, 15, 35, and 7, 37 points. Well, that's enough for the standings. Now we have to get back to our games of the weekend, which will be brought to you by Duke Canada Supply Company. The ad read will be after the standing, after their games of the weekend. So, tomorrow, everyone is back. We have the Wild and Red Wings at 12:30, the Oilers and Flyers at 1, Capitals Penguins at 3, Rangers Sabres at 5:30, Avalanche Predators at 6, Stars and Devils at 6, Kraken and Panthers at 6, Hurricanes and Maple Leafs at 7, Canadiens and Senators at 7, Jets Blues at 7, Blackhawks Blue Jackets at 7, Ducks Bruins at 7, Utah Kings at 9, Canucks Golden Knights at 10. And on Sunday, wow, there's just as many games, it looks like. On Sunday, Oilers Capitals, Rangers Penguins, Ducks Red Wings, Devils Predators, Avalanche Blues, Kraken Lightning, Maple Leafs Blackhawks, Stars Islanders, Sharks Flames, Canucks, and Utah. Alex, 2 games for Saturday, 1 for Sunday. Plenty of meat on this bone. Go for it.
I'm going to go with the Capitals at Penguins game. A bit of rivalry. 2 teams that are nipping for the playoffs, especially the Penguins that are struggling to try to get into that wild card spot and get into the race of the wild card spot. And an interesting matchup for Saturday for me, the Kraken and the Panthers. The Kraken seem to have been improving on offense, seem to be improving with wins. The Panthers are looking to continue their push. An interesting one, Matthew Tkachuk is not playing for the Panthers. They're getting injured in the Four Nations tournament. He is not going to play tomorrow, which might be an impact for the Panthers. But we'll see. They're at home, and they play well at home.
And Sunday, what game are you picking?
I'm going with the Avalanche and the Blues. 2 high-powered offenses, obviously, with the 2 main guys in the Avalanche, McCarr and McKinnon, leading 2 big trophy races this season. And the Blues are trying to get back into the playoff race and trying to get into the stir of the pot with a month to go before we get to the playoffs.
All right. And as for me, I am going to start with the Stars and the Devils. Look, this might be a potential Stanley Cup final matchup. All right. It's a potential one. And I'm also going to go with the Hurricanes and Maple Leafs. This is also going to be a great Eastern Conference preview. So be on the lookout for that. And on Sunday, you know what? I got to go Capitals and Oilers. How fitting would it be for Ovechkin to get closer to Gretzky's goal record against Edmonton? That would be apropos. And you know what would be apropos? Getting out of February and into spring. Spring? March? Dude, soap? What the hell? Dude Cannon! Duke Canada Supply Company is our sponsor for today's podcast. Not only do they want you to bring in spring well with their limited time Shamrock scent of soap, but they also have a brand new design on their soaps as well. Going for a new refresh style of design on their soaps, so go grab them. But not only that, but they also have brand new bundles as well. Try out the Scent Seeker. The Scent Seeker, which has the Buffalo Trace, Midnight Swim, Bay Rum, and Productivity scents. You know what? And they also have free shipping on orders above $50. But don't just take my word for it. Why don't you give it a try? Use our affiliate link in the bio wherever you get your podcasts. Show the channel some love. Duke Cannon Supply Company. Thank you. And of course, that's it for Biscuits and Penalties tonight. Obviously, big thanks to our affiliates, including Duke Cannon Supply Company. All the links are in the bio wherever you get your podcasts. Show the channel some love by clicking those. And also don't forget that we are on TikTok for a limited time, considering that the Supreme Court of the United States decided to be dickheads and uphold a ban. So TikTok's kind of on a stay right now. So check us out for a limited time. We will be making more shorts. We're also on YouTube. So if you like what you hear, like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your feedback. And of course, we're on Spotify. Like, rate, and comment. Show the channel some love. We also have our other podcasts. The Lap Down, our NASCAR podcast. We also have Dirt and Turf coming next week. So be on the listen for that. We return for season 2 to baseball. We also have the Social Slam podcast. Next week, we are having a special guest on the Social Slam podcast. Ranch hand Sean Carlson, local indie wrestler to me, will be making his Social Slam debut. And of course, cannot forget about our favorite podcast, The Hard Count. Where we will also be making a mention of something very special coming this next season. So, be on the listen for that. But anywho, Alex, before we sign off, is there anything you would like to add?
Go Capitals.
That's simple. That's simple, but it's Alex. Anywho, before we forget, there is one more thing I would like to add. On March 16th, Alex and I will be joining a friend of the channel, Volbill99. AKA our friend Billy from Newt City, who has a YouTube channel. We will be streaming on his channel for March Madness. We're going to be doing a bracket, so be on the listen and look out for that. Definitely going to be fun. Don't you agree, Alex?
Oh, 100%.
All right. So, anywho, like I said, that is it for Biscuits and Penalties. I'm Cobra, and on behalf of Alex, we gotta get off. The Zamboni is coming. See y'all next time.